What's up, people? Welcome back to another video of Infinite Interest, where I show you different interests and activities that you can do, be, and explore. And today we are here at Houston Interactive Aquarium and Zoo, where we're going to do the morning rounds and learn a little bit of what it's like to be a zookeeper and take care of some of these animals. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is take a walk around and see which animals we want to help out with. First stop, we got my guy Nehi the giraffe. I always love seeing giraffes. Definitely one of the most interesting and amazing animals to watch and learn about. Next, we have our warthog. No shade, but Lion King definitely put them on the map. And of course, we have our goats and our alpacas. Now, this is Ollie, the kangaroo. The only kangaroo that they have at the park, so I know my guy be getting bored sometimes. And if you're wondering what I was wondering, which is, can he jump out of that fence? Yes, he can jump out of that fence. But I guess they treat him so well that he just doesn't want to. Now, these are cavies, similar to the capybara, but smaller in size. Now we're going to move into the aquarium and check out some of the sea life. Okay, about the stingrays.
Yes.
How are y'all letting people pet the stingrays without getting stung?
The main thing is they're super used to people. Like, they're so used to people being around them. We have people swimming and diving in here all the time, so they're very used to it. Stingrays are not aggressive animals to where they're just going to sting you all the time.
Yeah.
It's more of a fear response, but these guys, they also get their little barbs clipped because they grow kind of like our fingernails.
Really?
So they'll grow, we'll clip them, and then once they grow back out again, we'll do the same thing.
I could not believe that they had penguins. This was actually a real shock to me. And keep in mind, these are African penguins, so they actually don't like the cold weather that much. So it really wasn't that cold in there. Now, after seeing most of the animals, I decided to help out with my man Nehi and some sea otters that I didn't show you earlier. Now, my man Nehi is a reticulated giraffe, and they're called reticulated giraffes because just like the reticulated python, they share the same similar pattern. Nehi is only 5 years old right now and is about 15 feet, weighing 2,678 pounds. Now, he can grow up to 16 to 18 feet once he hits about 7 years old, which is considered full adult age for reticulated giraffes. Now, the horns in the middle of his head are not actually horns. They're called isoclones. And males have 3 of them, 2 tall ones and 1 small one right there in the middle of the head. Females do not have that. So that's how you can tell the difference between males and females. The other 2, the 2 tall ones, the 2 tall isoclones, are actually bald, and they do this by rubbing the isoclones on hard surfaces to build that callus in case they need to fight for position, for mates or anything like that. They want to have a hard callus on those isoclones so they can fight. So for our own safety, we couldn't actually get inside with Nehi, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, I don't feel like getting trampled by a giraffe today, so I guess I'm okay with it. But at least we get to feed them. So these are called acacia leaves, typically what they'll be eating out in the wild. And man, it's crazy how he can stick his head all the way around that corner like that. That's just amazing.
Hey guys, if you notice his tongue is really purple, the reason it's so purple is because these guys in the wild will be eating all day except for 5 minutes whenever they're resting. So since their tongue is always exposed and since their tongue is prehensile, that's what they use to strip the bark or the leaves off of the tree to eat. So since it's always exposed to the sun, it has melanin in it so that it doesn't get sunburned. So that's why it's purple.
Really? Wow. Okay, now let's move on to help out with the sea otters. Okay, so the sea otters are going to be put up for a while we clean. And the first thing we want to do is just clean up the glass so to make it easier for people to see inside. And we're going to clean off the edge of the swimming pool area, any dirt, debris, leaves, anything like that. Just want to get it out the way so they can have a clean area to come back into. Next, after we get done cleaning the outside, we're going to step inside and then release the sea otters because come to find out, sea otters are really not friendly animals. They actually like to attack and play a little bit too rough with people. So we want to stay out the way and then release them. After that, we're going to go inside, clean up the inside area. This is where they use the bathroom, most of the time when they're not outside. So it's pretty dirty in there. You got poop, you got pee, you got all type of dirt and debris. So we want to make sure we clean that up and drain that down the drain. So when they come back in, it'll also be clean. So yeah, being a zookeeper is not always about petting animals and being around animals. Sometimes, yeah, you have to clean up some poop, which is not always fun, but it's part of the job. Now that we're done with that, as a bonus, we're going to go back inside and look at some lemurs, some sloths, and some very interesting birds.
All the way to the right, his name is King Julian. And then those little two right here you see up here, those are his kids.
Really?
His son and daughter are about 9 months old.
Oh, man.
We currently do have the rough lemurs. So we have black and white ruffs and red ruffs. They will be critically endangered species in the world. They're almost extinct in the wild. She just had two triplets actually 4 days ago. So she's currently off limits to us for the babies.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing about these lemurs is that they rule by matriarchy, which means a man will never be in charge. That's why in Madagascar, King Julian wore the skirt and the coconut bra to portray himself as a woman so people will listen to him. Oh my goodness.
So these are the guys I work with the most in nocturnal animals. So this is Peaches here. You can pet it with the back of your hands only. The reason we do the back of our hands is sloths, one of the ways they drink water is topically, so through their skin. You can see right here, her hair is really wet. She'll sit on the water bowl to drink the hair or the water through the air. But we pet with the back of our hands because the oils and bacteria on the front of our hands can potentially damage their liver and organs.
Really?
The Peaches here is roughly around 6 years old. The little one over there, he's Captain Cooks. He's our 4-year-old juvenile.
Yeah, so he would have got me.
Yeah,
I would have never known he was there.
Yeah. So these guys are actually not as slow as people think. They move really quick. The reason they move slow is because they take about a month to digest their food. So they process down food really, really slow, so they get their energy really slow. So they choose to move slow. It's an option for them. If they need to get away, they get away quick. These guys are also really good swimmers. It's one of their defense mechanisms. They'll drop into a body of water and swim away. They can swim about 4 miles per hour. They move 4 times as fast underwater than they do on land. They can also hold their breath for about an hour. They're also really, really dangerous animals because these guys don't have what's called enamel. So the stuff that protects our teeth from bacteria diseases, they don't have that first layer. So they harbor a lot of bacteria diseases on their teeth, enough to cause sepsis, which is an infection in the bloodstream.
Oh, man.
So this we are. So these guys also defecate once a week. So they'll come down from the trees, use the bathroom, and go right back up.
That's crazy. Once a week.
So these guys are called two-toe sloths. The reason they're called two-toe sloths, can I see your toe real quick? Is because you look here, her front toes are only 2. They're the only sloth species to only have 2.
Wow.
Everything else has 3 in the front, 3 in the back.
Wow, man, that's crazy.
This is Buddy, the really green animal. Hi. She knows how to whistle. Hi. Give me kisses.
All right, people, that is it for the morning rounds. We helped out with the giraffe, helped out with the sea otters, and met some pretty cool animals in between. And as you can see right now, we're getting up close and personal with some pretty cool birds. But as I always say, guys, the more we discover new interests, the more we discover new things about ourselves. So discover new interests, discover yourself, and I'll see y'all next time with more activities and more interests to explore.